Alright, it's Nebraska Origins, Street Fighter Origins, I guess, part two. And today I just wanted to go over, because I kind of touched based on Third Strike, the first video. And this video, I wanted to cover just, you know, another major thing that happened as far as like our history in Street Fighter or my history or whatever. Um, One thing I noticed the first time I watched Alex Valle and John Choi play, they were playing like Super Turbo. I caught a couple games of them playing Alpha 2, and I noticed they were doing a lot of similar things that some of our OGs, like my OGs, were doing in those same games. And my OGs I'm 36, so obviously they're older than me. So they're up there with Valle and Choi in his age, you know. I ain't gonna put their age out there, but they some prehistoric creatures, you know what I mean? So that basically let me know I was lucky to have the foundation that I had. You know what I'm saying? Because they really molded me to be a strong player in just Street Fighter in general, or just fighting games in general. Because we played a lot of stuff. We played World Heroes. We played King of Fighters 94, 95. We played CVS 1, CVS 2, X-Men vs. Street Fighter, Children of the Atom. We played all that stuff, you know what I'm saying? Uh, and we're really good at it on a fundamental basis. So that's one of the reasons I think Justin Wong was so good, because he had the rare opportunity to come up under players such as Eddie Lee. He was like the Alex Valle from the East Coast, from New York. You know what I'm saying? Eddie Lee was like the Justin Wong before Justin Wong. And then there was guys like Josh Wigfall, Sanford Kelly, Jaron Grayson. You know what I'm saying? Justin Wong had some really solid players to learn from at an early age, mind you. He was like 13 maybe. And so when you're studying under guys like that at a young age, by the time you're about 16, your fundamentals are down. You know what I mean? And a lot of people, if they never had the exposure to play guys like that, they have never developed those fundamentals you need to place top 32 in 1,000-man brackets and shit. You know what I'm saying? Or win a fucking tournament. So I was very fortunate to have Butch, aka Big Red Dog, you know, as a mentor in games. Daetrick Orr, Jin Ho Choi. Jin Ho Choi is a Korean dude. Called him Gino. He was from Sunnyvale, California, so he played Valle and the Cannons and the Wolf Brothers and Nelson. He played all the Sunnyvale guys. So he was already pretty dope at Super Turbo when he came to Omaha, Nebraska. And he stayed here for like maybe 10 years or whatever. So I got some Super Turbo prowess from him as well. And I knew it was paying off, because the first time I played Seth Killian, he was a Super Turbo master. You know, I was kind of putting it on him with Zangief, just standing there and 360ing him without jumping. And he was pretty impressed with that. He said not a lot of players had that type of timing. But I used to work in an arcade called the Tilt when I was like 17 or 18 maybe. And that's when I figured out how to standing 720, or just standing 360, which is like a half circle forward and up, or half circle back and up. And just recently I figured out you could do it with doing like forward, back, down, up. So I learned some of that stuff at a young age. But anyway, I wanted to touch base on one of our biggest events that happened in Omaha, Nebraska. Well, it was a 5-on-5 when Japan played USA. And I think the team consisted of like Shin Chang, George Posadas, Justin Wong, Alex Valle, and Mike Watson. And they kicked their ass. Japan won like something to 3. Like America only got 3 wins. And mind you, these American players that they chose were from all around the country, mainly New York and Cali. But they chose different states, you know, to represent Team USA, which is my point. And when I seen the results of that, when I seen the footage, I was pissed, you know what I'm saying? Because I figured Omaha, my city, could have did better than that. And footage doesn't tell the whole story. You know, you can never look at footage and just tell how good people are. I learned that the hard way, because I was a young buck back then. I was hot-headed. I was talking a lot of shit on Shoryuken.com. And I was like, ain't no fucking way they'll kick our ass like that. You know what I'm saying? I was talking big shit to where it got Kuni Funada's attention. He was their translator at the time, not Denjin Ryu Kuni's. This is older Kuni. Kuni was like Kuni. I'm talking about Kuni Funada is like he was like 40 back then, you know, and he was a Super Turbo OG as well, but he was their translator. Anyway, he got in contact with me in PMs. He didn't really like the words I was using. He said it was real disrespectful. I didn't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? I know I play that shit too. You know what I'm saying? So I talked enough shit. I actually got Japan to come to Omaha, Nebraska to challenge us in the 5-on-5. And they brought Ino from Osaka. Ino played various characters, Yang, Makoto, Ken, really strong Makoto, you know, notorious for his K-Groove skills. I think he won an evolution or two with K-Groove, Blanca Saga Kami. But they had Ino represent Makoto. They had Izu. He was like a young buck in Japan. He was representing Makoto. He actually won the singles tournament. Izu actually won SBO later on that year, because SBO was like in January. Our tournament was in November. So when Izu went back to Japan, he ended up winning SBO. They brought Chikyu. He was a 12 player / Necro. Necro was more of his pocket. Main 12 though. He had a very good 12. He didn't use 12 on our sticks. He didn't like how stiff our sticks was, so we used Necro and he still did well. Trying to think, who else did they have? They brought Mester, the young player, and KSK. And everybody knows KSK, the Alex. At the time, he was Japan's best Alex. So they came to Omaha, Nebraska, and we got to play him in the 5-on-5. Now, the thing about it was our homie Butch was like 4 hours late for whatever fucking reason. So that gave Japan time to fill us out, because we were going back and forth with them for 4 hours. And I remember Pyro Lee's clique came, and Frankie Menendez. Frankie had like maybe 20-something wins with Denjin Ryu on one machine. I had 16 with Yang on another machine. So we were rocking the scene. We were putting it down. But we were giving them time to download us too. We tried to hold out for our homie to get there, because we couldn't have the 5-on-5 without him. We tried to hold out, not play anybody, but we just couldn't deal with it. Anticipation, you know, Japan's in the house, Ricky Ortiz is in the house, Jason Nelson's in the house, you know what I'm saying? We got all these OGs in the house. And it was like, fuck it, man. We couldn't wait. We just got on the sticks, you know what I'm saying? We started playing. So anyway, in the 5-on-5, they ended up beating us 19-6. But my point is, we got 3 more wins than the previous USA team, which they picked from different states. So here you got one city, all the players are from the same city, and we do better than the collective group that they added from around the country. See what I'm saying? And I'm not to take anything away from the original USA team, because I respect all those players, you know. Shin Chang, Justin Wong. I want to say Eddie Lee was there. I'm not sure. George Posadas. They called him Gio. You know, so I respect all those guys. Mike Watson was the only one I probably had a problem with being on the team, because to me, he wasn't that strong at Third Strike. He was just known for being dope at Street Fighter in general, so I think he just got the nod for being on the team. So people that don't know your fucking history about who I am in Omaha, Nebraska, just know I'm a triple, quadruple OG, man, Street Fighter. Not just Third Strike, Street Fighter in general. You know, it's guys talking shit to me about Third Strike, and I was playing Street Fighter before they were even born. You know what I'm saying? If you're 20 years old, man, shit. I was 16, you weren't even born yet. You know what I'm saying? I already had played EX1, Alpha 2, Alpha 1, all the Street Fighter 2s, all the CPS-1 systems, all the Darkstalkers before you were even born. So you can't talk no shit to me, man. You know what I'm saying? It's daddy talking. You gotta respect daddy. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. Respect your elders, you know what I'm saying? Whether you can beat us or not. Respect your elders. Respect the guys that kind of, you know, help you be able to do what you're doing right now. Because there would be no scene if our generation didn't travel, put in the footwork, and actually, in the flesh, go to these tournaments, drive into these different states and shit, you know, before you could do all this online shit and everything. We helped it get to where it is. Just like, you know, when I was coming up, I had to respect Cole and Valle and Watson and Choi. I had to respect all those guys, man. Because those were my OGs, you know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. But yeah, man. All right. Peace out.